Hey, how you guys doing, man? I'm back with another episode of The It Factor, and as always, I'm your host, Jeremy Robinson, and today we have somebody special. As always, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Anthony Martin. Thank you for having me.
Mhm. That's cool, man. So first off, how are you doing, man? With COVID-19 and different things like that, how has everything been throughout the year?
Exhausting. I think things with me a little bit worse than last year. Last year I was in California when all this kicked off. I was at the bedside. We saw a lot of deaths, but nothing like New York was seeing. But this year I'm actually in Florida in my critical care department, working in my field. Um, so we're getting it right now. We're really getting it.
Man, that's crazy. But I'm glad you in the good. You look good, so I'm glad that's okay, man. But, I talked to an anesthesiologist a couple weeks ago, and she was telling me how like she was in the last like trials of her training and everything when COVID ramped up, and she was saying how like she was seeing everything from left and right, and I was like, couldn't do it, couldn't do it. But yeah, man. So tell me, how was it? What went into the process of you majoring in nursing, and like what was behind that?
Oh man, to be honest with you, I always wanted to be in healthcare. I didn't know nursing was gonna be my route. I honestly thought I was gonna be like a firefighter paramedic, big manly job and uniform and stuff, 24-hour shifts. I ended up telling my family I wanted to be a nurse, and they're like, "Nurse? Like men aren't nurses and everything." So I said, "Oh well, I didn't know that." So I went on to the military.
Hmm.
I didn't even do anything medical in the military. But once I got out, I became an EMT working in the emergency room. And I was like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I went on through the process, the long process. I took a longer route than most people
Hmm.
um, to go ahead and become a nurse. And then from there, I just started to elevate, just decided that I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more until I just came into the position that I'm in right now.
That's amazing, man. So tell me about out of that, what has been one of your most fulfilling roles? You know, leaving from EMT to becoming a nurse.
Oh, man. I want to say where I am right now
Mhm.
because I've always been an action junkie. So I've always jumped in the beats from going to emergency room to going into a cardiovascular ICU. Then I became a flight nurse. And from there, I decided to pursue my education and go back to nurse practitioner school. And now I'm in the critical care department doing exactly what I thought I wanted to do, but I didn't really see it being done at the time. But I know I wanted to do this. And right out of school, my first job was the job I landed right now that I always wanted to do.
That's amazing, man. I'm glad that worked out like that for you, man. So, how do your day to day go? If you could tell me just a little bit, like once you start.
All right, my day to day in layman terms, I get to work around 7 p.m. I spend about a good 30 minutes getting report from the off-going physician
Mm-hmm.
from the day. So he fills me in on everything that's going on, family interactions, patients. I then go onto the floor, um, get with my nurses, go from room to room, ask them what happened during the day, what's the plan of care, what I want to see done throughout the night, check my patients out head to toe. After I do that with all 20 beds in my ICU, I then hit the computers. I see what other doctors said during the day about the patient's care, make sure I'm not missing anything, make sure they're not missing anything, make sure they didn't say anything in their notes that they wanted to be done that wasn't done. Checking labs and the whole nine, probably for the next 3 to 4 hours. Um, then I'm making sure all my orders for the next day are put in that I need to see in the morning, my chest x-rays, my blood work, everything that needs to be done. On top of that, I'm answering all the emergencies in the hospitals, the code blues, which means cardiac arrests, respiratory failures, rapid responses, anything that people that are not in the ICU are failing at that time. I'm answering those as well in my 12-hour shift. Then I'm getting prepared to give report to the next person coming on.
Wow.
So my 12 hours go by pretty quickly.
Yeah, because it sounds like every couple seconds, no sit down, not a break in between. It's like, hey, I'm
No,
doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm also doing this. So I can
yeah,
respect you and commend you for that because you are needed. Because I feel like with a lot of what you saying that your family at first saying that you was going to be a nurse, I know he's like, wow, how can males don't be a nurse? Because I thought about that when I was looking up people. I was like, yeah, I got a couple friends from school that are nurses, but they're all women. No, I was like, it's cool to see a black male that's a nurse and to hear what you're doing, man. That's amazing. So I would say in that, what is your it factor, man? Why you do what you do?
Oh man, I love to be able to figure things out. I love to be able to save a life. I love to be able to put my critical care thinking together and kind of strategize something, be able to save somebody, be able to push a drug to save a life, or be able to help someone breathe again.
Mhm.
Um, that does it for me, man. That's just so fulfilling. You know, everybody I think has a sense of fulfillment with their career and their jobs. If you don't, then I think you're probably doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
If you don't have a sense of fulfillment, um, but yeah, just being able to answer certain questions that come my way when it comes to my nurses asking me questions about patients' care, or being able to go toe to toe with another doctor and try to figure out what's going on with a patient, man, that does it for me, man. That excites me, you know, that makes me feel fulfilled.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. So, and that may know something that's crazy. So, would you say you're in your dream job now, or what does your dream job look like?
Oh, my dream job, I think opening my own practice.
Yeah.
I just recently became autonomous, which means I can actually open my own practice without having a physician under me.
Oh wow.
So I just got licensed to do that recently. So I'm
Congrats.
actually strategizing right now. Thank you. I'm actually planning. I'm trying to see exactly what avenue I want to go to, different services I want to offer to kind of just make myself versatile, but yet unique in a way, you know, where they can be like, hey, that's Anthony Martin's practice. What does he do? Everything, like everything you need, like you can go to him and get that done. You
That's
know,
what's up, man. That's
I think
amazing.
that's going to be my dream job.
That's amazing, man. So, look, are you gonna open it in Florida, or where would you open it?
So I kind of live my life weird. I kind of live my life on going off of 5 year plans.
Okay.
So just recently, I just ended a 5 year plan of mine. So I'm actually strategizing for my next 5 years.
Yeah.
Um, as of right now, yes, Florida is it for me. As far as opening a practice,
Mhm.
will I venture out eventually? I love the DC area and I love Atlanta,
Amazing.
to be
Yeah,
honest
you
with
need
you.
to go and come
So
to Atlanta so I can, pull up on you. Our DC. My fiance from Maryland, so I
yeah.
can pull up on you like, yeah. So you said you got that practice. I need you to,
I got you, Dr. Snow, CKGs. I got you, whatever you need, brother. So, for right now, Florida is it. Right now, the market's not too bad with independent nurse practitioners.
Got you.
So,
That's
and then
amazing.
me being a male, I haven't seen any males in the area that's
Mhm.
open their own practice. It's all female driven right now.
True.
So, I think that'll be a little incentive as well and something to pick up on, you know?
Yeah, you got to keep me posted on that because that's gonna be amazing when you do open
I
it.
definitely will.
I gotta go see my man. Who? Anthony. I'm like, yeah, I had him on the show. Yeah, we need to go give him a phone call real quick, see what's up, man. So, what's a ultimate life goal outside of work? Like, just the mano a mano.
Mono you mono. To be honest with you, I've been having this conversation a lot lately with people. Everybody hit me up and like, oh my gosh, you're successful. You have a beautiful home. You have a career. You have an amazing daughter. You're an awesome father. What's next for you? Like, or do you feel accomplished? Do you feel completed? And I don't.
Hmm.
I think my next ultimate goal is, man, see, marriage.
Hmm.
I think that is the next thing that I need to kind of open my eyes to and pay more attention to. I've been so career focused
Right.
these past such and such amount of years that I never really sat down and focused how valuable a woman, a helpmate, a wife can be.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the next life goal on top of opening a practice, just being a husband, man, being a father, having a family, especially with this COVID things going on and so many young people losing their lives, and kind of makes you settle a little bit and realize how short life is, man.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 20-year-olds die, 30-year-olds die, even 40-year-olds die, man. And life is just so precious and short. You don't want to bypass or miss out on anything that was meant for you.
Mhm.
So I think that's the next step that I need to kind of focus on and pray about and
Yeah.
manifest a little bit.
Pray, pray, brother. Because
Pray,
like
pray,
you said,
exactly.
I got my fiance now. We've been together for years, and I would say that COVID, being in the house with her, we had just bought a home, and being in the house with her, and like just going through stuff. I could be with this woman for the rest of my life, but we need. Let me see, you know. And COVID gave me time to like, dang, we work from home. Okay, that's cool. Oh, we got into it. Okay, cool. I see that I can actually be with you. I see that.
So it was that quarantine period that brought you to that.
For the most part, before that, I was kind of like, yeah, I know I'm gonna do this, but we had been together for 4 years. But quarantine kind of made me like, we together every day, like can't go nowhere. Like, let me see how we
Very
can make
true.
this operate. And a lot of people outside of me, people can't even come to your house, stuff like that. I'm like, man, what you and Courtney doing? Oh, we doing this and this and that. Oh, we doing this. And then after a while, I was like, I can do this. I can do it. We good. Like we bought a house together. Hey, we could try marriage. So that's what wrote them on now. But it took time. So I would say pray and like just stay focused on it. But also what you're doing outside of that, it's all gonna play out in the right way. So that's amazing.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I try to get a lot of people insight on, what made you commit, what made you decide that this is the one. You know what I mean? So it's good to hear how you got to that rationale that okay, I could do this. Well, I could do this forever. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Took some time.
that's really good part of
But I'll be honest with you, bro. It took time, but hey, you know.
Unfortunately, that's our problem. It always takes us time.
He's like, I could
You
do another
know,
3 years of like just us together, and then we can try to, yeah.
Hey, it's good to hear another brother say that because these women, no, it shouldn't take you this much time. Unfortunately, sweetheart, it does take us
It
a little
does.
bit of
I need
time.
all the cards to line up. And also, like you said, your 5 year plan. I wouldn't say I do that, but I do like, okay, in 3 years, I know I'm trying to do this and have this like that. And when I see it come together, it's like, dang, what happens when you bring another person into this? But now I'm able to adapt on it because it was certain things during Corona or even now that I had to like transition to that I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
you're a part of it, so it's fine. It's not a big issue on it. So, and I would say,
Mm.
do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so tell me, where are you trying to go with this platform of young black professionals and interviewing everybody? Because I've looked at some of your interviews, man, and they're amazing engineers and male, female. So where exactly are you trying to head with this, man?
So I'm trying to make a networking thing, like LinkedIn, you would say, like trying to make sure that I bring people together and they see us first. When it comes to me going to school, it all started from me going to school and being in engineering and not seeing that black face. Like it would have been nothing for me to click on YouTube and see it. So my biggest thing is to try to get on a couple networks, not just one, and try to like spread the word of like black doctors, engineers. We're analysts. This is how you do it, and have that person that you can call or email and they can follow up with you and let you know. So that's my thing. So in the next 5 years, I do plan to have people like yourself come up. We be in person, let people know that's in school, like studying to be a nurse. And like, dang, I ain't know I could do this. Well, hey, he's been doing it for this many years, and this is how you can do it, type thing. So that's my biggest plan for it.
That's amazing, man. Because to be honest with you, being a black male and coming from where I've come from, I didn't come from education.
Mhm.
I didn't come from a two-parent household. I didn't come from the best neighborhoods, and I put myself through school. So it's awesome that you're providing this platform for us to be able to talk to other youth and other black professionals and up and coming professionals. Let them know, hey, you're not the only ones. Hey, we failed classes.
Yeah.
We had to do this. You know what I'm saying? We had to work full time and put ourselves through school, and we weren't 4.0, 3.0 students. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
You right
So
about
it's definitely doable, man. And anyone could do it. I always tell people, man. I was getting text messages a few minutes ago, people give me flowers and praise and stuff, and I told them, even in my darkest moments,
that. Mhm.
and I get these messages, it just uplifts me to continue doing what I'm doing, man. And I applaud you, man, for having this platform because we definitely, as young black professionals, show our face, show that we're out here, we're doing things, and we're supporting one another. You can hit us up, ask us questions.
Mhm.
What did we go through? What school we went through? What route we should take? We're here for each other, man. That's what it's all about.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Just like the networking aspect of just reaching out. I'm so thankful for the people that reach out, like yourself. I'm like, hey, see you on the page. I'm like, hey, man, let me reach out to this brother. He look cool because I like a little vetting process. But if you black, I'm like, hey, look, let me see the profession. Let me see what we're gonna do. Let me see if he gonna hit me back. Okay, cool. And in doing that, I feel like also I want young people to know how to like reach out to people because a lot of people are kind of had that nervousness of reaching out or like, what are they gonna say? It's like, hey, you never know if you don't reach out. And I want to get our people kind of out of that because that what got me to where I am now. Like reaching out to anybody, like, hey, they're gonna say something back, or they may not say nothing back, but hey, I know another way of getting in touch with somebody. I know how to back off, like, okay, I ain't gonna go over there. But also like the networking aspect is just an amazing thing that I feel like blacks have to be on the top of it to kind of make a change that
Mhm.
we want to see. So
Yeah. One thing I've noticed as well, man, um, our females are not hesitant to reach out and ask for educational help and guidance. Our brothers need to do the same thing.
Mhm.
Brothers, hit up another brother, man. We are more than welcome to guide you, mentor you, man. I will shoot you my personal phone number, and and we can go back and forth about nursing. I've had a couple brothers reach out to me, man, on a daily basis. Hey, can you put out this? Can you do this? Can you do that? But I need to see more brothers doing it. Females all the time in the career
Yeah,
hitting me up.
it's not an issue.
But brothers, man, we need to get out there and motivate one another. Don't be scared, man. You're not gonna look less of a man if you ask for help or for guidance,
Right.
you know.
Thank you for that
You know.
because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since I started this, there's so many guys out of school like, man, we needed this. I'm so glad you're doing this. I'm like, yeah, I mentor sons, so and half of them are mentoring young ladies. Are like sons because certain dudes don't reach out. Like you heard from, yeah, woo, they ain't want to do this, and I'm like, all right, man. Well, I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna pick the episode out, and you can get in touch with me. My email on there. Go ahead, email. Most people do pan out and email you, but most people is like, I can't chase you to get this.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. In that, I would say anything before we close out.
No, just continue doing what you're doing, man. Try to reach as much people as you can. Um, all platforms, all degrees, all educations. Don't leave one stern unturned. You know what I mean? Get at everybody. Ask everybody to come out here and do an interview because I definitely love to see it. We need to see more faces like ours
Mhm.
out there. Showing each other that we can do it, man. If we really don't matter where you came from, I don't care what you come from. Trust me, I go all day about where I came from, but
Yeah.
you can do it, man. If you're focused, driven, stay focused. Don't let the glam and the rap music and the facades fool you guys. We could be out here, make good money and be educated and be respected.
Right.
you know so I will leave it at that, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.